Okay, so I'm just going to do a quick benchmark for the PC um, with the 1080 and 7700K. There you have it starting up, nice lights. It's got a really quick boot up time, to be honest, because of the SSD. It's pretty nice. You have that 240GB SSD and the 1TB hard drive. So Windows is on the SSD, so it boots up fairly quick. And I have my account on it here, just so I can play the games and show you the performance. Alright, so let's see. Nice white light there on the graphics card. It kind of matches the rest of the PC, but it looks pretty nice. And you can change that. I'll show you that real quick actually. You can go in here to the Thunder Master thing and there select LED, and you can pick whatever color you want really, like set it to green there. That'll change. But you know, it's just, you can actually set it to rainbow as well. And it'll just cycle through all the colors there that it has and just keep switching. But I'd say it looks best. I think it looks best if you just leave it at white, so it matches the rest of the PC. Yeah, so that's that. You can overclock the graphics card in here as well, pretty easily. But I'll just leave that at white then. Right, so some details on the PC. Let's go in here. Properties. You have your 7700K, which is underwater. It's got a liquid cooler, so you can overclock that. 16GB of RAM, Windows activated. Actually, let me see what else did I show. Yeah, actually. So there you have your SSD, which is pretty full right now with games, and your hard drive. Okay, so I'm just gonna start now so I can show you. Just trying to think what else. If we go into this. Yeah, device manager. So I'll just go into that real quick. So there's your two storage devices, King Dian 240GB SSD and your Toshiba hard drive, GeForce GTX 1080, and where's processors? And there's your Intel i7 7700K, which you can overclock. Alright, so let's go into the benchmarks there. I'm going to do the Gears of War 4 benchmark, and I'm going to show some Battlefield 1 gameplay. It's going to be pretty awkward for me to play Battlefield 1, because I have to hold the camera at the same time. But I'll just walk around and stuff, and you can see we'll see the performance there. So this benchmark on Gears of War 4 is going to be running in 4K resolution. What is it? 3840 by 2160. All ultra settings, and we'll be looking, the average frame rate will be somewhere between 55 and 60, I'd say. So it'll be pretty good performance. Alright, so we went to benchmark there. Let me just pause it real quick to make sure it's at the correct settings. Alright, so there you have 3840 by 2160. Everything ultra. You're good to go. And there we have the stats up there. Current frame rate 60, and I'd say the average frame rate will end between 55 and 60, somewhere in there. And this is a really good benchmark. I mean, it's got a lot of particles, like the big storm in the background. It's a lot of stuff to be rendered, so it does give a really good analysis on the performance of the computer. this scene in particular is very demanding with all the particles and characters on screen. Alright, so there's the result. What's the average frame rate? It's 57.5, right in between what I said. But yeah, there's the analysis, there's the graphs for what was going on. So the CPU is rendered a lot faster than the GPU. So the CPU in this computer, you know, you're going to get like 7 or 8 years out of this. So if like in a few years you want to upgrade the graphics card, it won't be like the CPU won't be bottlenecking it. The CPU is way up here, GPU is down here. But that's the settings it was at. 4K ultra. Alright, so go back out of this. For those of you that might not like that benchmark, we will go and play a bit of Battlefield 1 in 4K ultra settings. And as I was saying, unfortunately Battlefield 1 doesn't have a benchmark actual kind of little program or thing, so I'll actually have to play a bit, which is going to be hard to do with one hand. And literally almost zero noise coming from the graphics card during that benchmark of Gears of War 4. So that, like, you could overclock that graphics card and get even more out of it. It's not even overclocked, so I'll just do this campaign. I'll restart the chapter, whatever. Alright, so what do I do? I have to type in. I just have to type that into the console there. If you can see it, it should work. To get the FPS to show, there's the FPS. It's going to be very small. Oh, you can hardly see it, but let's see. If it stays green, if you can still see the green up there, it means it's 60. It's hard to show the FPS when it's playing. How will I do this? But yeah, you're not going to get 200 FPS in gameplay, so don't mind that. You're going to get 60. It's capped at 60 because this monitor is 4K 60 Hertz, so it's going to be capped at 60 during gameplay. How do I skip this? Oh, it's loading. But I mean, this game just looks absolutely amazing in 4K. Especially when it's running at 60 FPS, it's so smooth. Oh, I can skip it. Okay, let's go. Alright, so I don't know how I'm gonna. The FPS counter is so small. As you can see, it's just staying at 60 there. Oh, it's so hard to control this with one hand. So yeah, it's gonna stay at 60 here. I'll put the camera back up to the FPS counter when we get to a battle or whatever. Oh, I'm stuck. Am I stuck? One sec. I'm not stuck, it's just a little cutscene. But you know, it's going to stay at 60 there. So all the characters on the screen, you can see it's still staying at 60. Actually, yeah, I forgot to show that it's actually running in 4K. So here's the settings: 3840 by 2160, 60 hertz. Field of view is the max. Let's show this, and there we have ultra. Alright, we're back up to 60. So thanks for watching. That's the best I can really do to show you Battlefield 1. I don't really have a capture device. I have to hold this camera, but it's staying at 60.